Question. A network consultant is reviewing header fields and is looking for evidence that packets are arriving at their destination. What is the name of the output ping that provides this information? Correct answer, TTL, time to live explanation. When you run a ping, each reply from the destination host includes a TTL value. This isn't the time in seconds, it's actually the maximum number of hops routers a packet can travel before being discarded. Each router decreases the TTL by 1, and if the TTL reaches 0, the packet is dropped. When you receive a ping reply with a TTL value, it confirms the packet reached its destination. Why the other answers are incorrect? RIPE Routing Information Protocol. This is a distance vector, routing protocol, not an output field from a ping. RIPE uses hop count to determine the best route, but it isn't tied to ICMP ping responses. IGP Interior Gateway Protocol. This is a general category of routing protocols, like RIP, OSPF, EIDRP, used within an autonomous system. It doesn't show up in ping outputs and doesn't indicate packet arrival. Link state. This refers to a type of routing protocol like OSPF or ICIS that uses the state of links to calculate paths. It's not related to ICMP ping replies or TTL values. Answer, TTL. Question. A managed service provider is looking to set up a home network for a client and needs to set up a device that can connect to the client's internet provider. What kind of box should the consumer install for the client? Correct answer, router. Explanation. The router is the device that connects the client's local network LAN to the internet service provider's network WAN. It typically handles DHCP, assigning IP addresses to devices, ANAT network address translation, and often has firewall features built in. Without a router, the client's devices would not be able to access the internet properly. Why the other answers are incorrect? Network Interface Card, NIC. A NIC is a component inside a device like a computer that allows it to connect to a network. It's not a standalone box that connects a home network to an ISP. Firewall. A firewall can block or allow traffic for security, but by itself, it does not connect a home to the ISP. It is usually built into the router or added separately for advanced security. Switch. A switch connects multiple devices within a local network, but it does not connect to the ISP. A switch depends on a router for internet access. Answer, router. Question. A network engineer just set up a secondary connection at all their remote locations. The secondary connection links each site to another site to prevent downtime in case the primary connection fails. What networking concept did the engineer utilize for the configuration? Correct answer. Multipathing explanation. Multipathing is the concept of providing multiple network paths between 2 points. This ensures redundancy. If the primary path goes down, traffic can still flow through the secondary path. This is exactly what's being described in the scenario. A backup connection between sites to prevent downtime. Why the other answers are incorrect? Load balancing. Load balancing distributes traffic across multiple connections to optimize performance. While it can use multiple links, the question specifically mentions preventing downtime with a secondary connection, which is redundancy, not traffic distribution. Site survey. A site survey is a planning process commonly for wireless networks to evaluate coverage, interference, and placement of devices. It's not about configuring redundant connections. State, the word state by itself, isn't a networking redundancy concept. It's more associated with session state in protocols or stateful firewalls, not with backup connections between sites. Answer, multipathing. Question. A wireless router commonly mounted on an office ceiling is widely known as which of the following devices? Correct answer, access point. Explanation. An access point AP is a networking device that provides wireless connectivity Wi-Fi to client devices. In office environments, APs are often ceiling mounted to maximize signal coverage and minimize interference. While some APs include routing features, in many enterprise setups they simply provide wireless access and connect back to a wired network. Why the other answers are incorrect? Bridge. A bridge connects two different network segments, often used historically to connect LAN segments. While an AP can act like a bridge between wired and wireless networks, the common name for a ceiling-mounted, wireless device is an access point, not a bridge. DSL modem. A DSL modem connects to a phone line to provide internet access via DSL. It is not mounted on ceilings and does not function as a Wi-Fi distribution device in office setups. HVAC sensor. HVAC sensors monitor heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. They are unrelated to networking and would not provide wireless internet access. Answer, access point. Question. A systems engineer is documenting a customer's network, knowing that all of the hosts connect in a physical star configuration, which data link layer device supports this type of topology. Correct answer, switch explanation. A switch operates at the data link layer 2 and is the device most commonly used in a physical star topology. In this setup, each host connects to the switch via its own cable, and the switch manages traffic intelligently using MAC addresses, ensuring efficient communication between devices. Why the other answers are incorrect. Hub. A hub also creates a star-like physical topology, but it does not operate at the data link layer intelligently. Hubs broadcast all traffic to every port, creating lots of unnecessary collisions. Switches replaced hubs because they are smarter and more efficient. Routers operate at the network layer 3. They connect different networks together, LAN to WAN for example, not individual hosts in a star topology at layer 2. Bridges do operate at layer 2, but they are typically used to connect two separate network segments, not as the central connecting point for a star topology. Answer, switch. Question. Which of the following systems provide an active response to network threats that match signature patterns? Correct answer, IPS, Intrusion Prevention System. Explanation. An IPS sits in line with network traffic and can take active measures against threats, such as dropping malicious packets, blocking IP addresses, or resetting connections. It uses signature-based detection alongside anomaly and behavior-based methods to identify known attack patterns and stop them in real time. Why the other answers are incorrect. SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition. This is used for industrial control systems, factories, utilities, pipelines. It has nothing to do with actively responding to network threats. VPN headend. This is the termination point for VPN connections, like a VPN concentrator. Its job is to establish secure tunnels, not to detect or prevent threats. ID's intrusion detection system. An IDs can detect threats and alert administrators, but it does not actively respond to them. That's the key difference. IDs is passive, IPS is active. Answer, IPs. Question. A company uses multiple internet providers to maintain a reliable network. The company's wide area network, WAN, interfaces with a firewall that handles the traffic bandwidth by using policies. Considering the company's approach to internet access, what is one of the primary roles of the firewall? Correct answer, load balancer. Explanation. In this scenario, the firewall is not just filtering traffic, it's distributing traffic across multiple ISP connections according to bandwidth policies. This is a form of load balancing, ensuring efficient use of multiple internet connections and maintaining network reliability. Why the other answers are incorrect. Content filter. A firewall can perform content filtering, blocking malicious or inappropriate sites. But the question emphasizes traffic bandwidth management across multiple ISPs, which is load balancing, not filtering. Proxy server. A proxy server acts as an intermediary for client requests, for example, caching, anonymity, or content control. It doesn't balance WAN traffic across multiple ISPs. VPN headend. A VPN headend is where VPN tunnels terminate. It provides secure remote access, but it's unrelated to managing traffic bandwidth between multiple providers. Answer, load balancer. Question, a network administrator needs to provide remote workers access to internal messaging servers but cannot configure internal service at the perimeter network. What can the network administrator deploy to listen for client requests from the internet and create the appropriate requests to the internal messaging server? Correct answer, reverse proxy. Explanation. A reverse proxy sits in front of internal servers and handles requests from external clients. It receives the client's request from the internet, then forwards it to the appropriate internal server and finally sends a response back to the client. This provides security, hiding internal servers, load balancing, and simplified access without exposing internal services directly. Why the other answers are incorrect. Intrusion Prevention System, IPS. An IPS detects and blocks malicious traffic in real time. It does not proxy requests or forward them to internal servers. Forward web proxy. A forward proxy works the opposite way. It sits on the client side and sends client requests to the internet, often used for caching, filtering, or anonymity. It's not designed to allow external users into an internal service. Voice gateway. A voice gateway converts VoIP traffic between different systems like SIP and PSTN. It's not used for proxying messaging server traffic. Answer, reverse proxy. Question. A junior-level systems administrator troubleshoots network connectivity. The results of the troubleshooting reveal a device that is new to the administrator. This device connects all hosts and routes network traffic. After evaluating the possibilities, And based on the device's characteristics, what does the network utilize for connectivity and traffic flow? Correct answer, multi-layer switch. Explanation. A multi-layer switch, also called a layer 3 switch, combines the functions of a switch connecting all hosts at layer 2 and a router routing traffic at layer 3. Since the device both connects all hosts and routes network traffic, this fits the description of a multi-layer switch. Why the other answers are incorrect? Repeater. A repeater simply regenerates or boosts signals to extend network distance. It does not connect multiple hosts or perform routing. Firewall. A firewall filters and controls network traffic based on security rules. While it can inspect or block traffic, it doesn't serve as the primary device connecting all hosts and routing their traffic. IDS-IPs and IDS-IPs monitors traffic for threats detection and prevention. It doesn't function as a core connectivity or routing device. Answer. Multi-layer switch. Question. A server technician is shopping for new storage for data on the business network. The storage requirement has risen over the last year, and the servers currently have limited space. Which of the following is an option for the technician to purchase to increase the available server storage on the local network? Correct answer, SAN Storage Area Network. Explanation. A SAN is a dedicated high-speed network that provides block-level storage to servers. It allows multiple servers to access shared pools of storage as if they were directly attached, which is ideal for businesses that need to expand storage capacity efficiently. Why the other answers are incorrect? VLAN, Virtual Local Area Network, of LAN segments network traffic logically within a LAN. It has nothing to do with expanding storage capacity. Client server. This is a network architecture model where clients request resources from servers. It's not a storage solution that can be purchased to expand capacity. SD-WAN, Software-Defined Wide Area Network. SD-WAN is a WAN technology that manages and optimizes connectivity between sites and data centers. It doesn't provide storage resources. Answer, SAN. Question. A network administrator needs to set up a circuit-level stateful inspection of traffic coming in and out of a specific segment of the network. What type of device should the network administrator use in this case? Correct answer, firewall. Explanation. A firewall is the device designed to enforce security policies by inspecting traffic. A stateful firewall can monitor the state of active connections and make decisions based on context, not just rules. A circuit-level firewall specifically checks TCP handshakes and session establishment to ensure packets belong to a valid session. This matches the scenario exactly. Why the other answers are incorrect? Bridge. A bridge connects two network segments at layer 2. It does not perform stateful inspection or filter based on connection state. Router. A router directs packets between networks layer 3. While some routers may have built-in firewall features, routing itself does not inherently provide circuit-level or stateful inspection. Switch. A switch connects hosts within a LAN at layer 2 and forwards frames based on MAC addresses. It doesn't inspect sessions or provide firewalling capabilities. Answer, firewall. Question. What piece of network equipment allows network engineers to allow or deny traffic to specific locations within the network? Correct answer, firewall. Explanation. A firewall is designed to enforce security policies by allowing or denying traffic based on rules. These rules can filter traffic by IP address, port, protocol, or even application type. Firewalls are the go-to device for controlling access to specific locations or segments within a network. Why the other answers are incorrect? Router. A router directs traffic between networks and can use ACLS access control lists to filter traffic. But its primary role is routing, not security enforcement. The question specifically points to allowing or denying traffic, which is the firewall's primary role. Network Interface Card, NIC. A NIC is a hardware component inside a device that enables network connectivity. It doesn't filter or control traffic across a network. Switch. A switch connects devices within a LAN and forwards traffic based on MAC addresses. While some managed switches may include ACL features, their primary role is not to allow, deny traffic to specific locations. That's the firewall's responsibility. Answer, firewall.